Okay, so just a very short build overview. Um, this is a Flameblaster with the core idea of using Marylene's Fallacy and reaching the crit cap even with it to, well, deal tons of damage. Ambush doubles your your crit chance against full health enemies. And Deadly Infusion gives you lots of critical strike chance if you have many power charges. We reach 8 power charges with Void Battery. This build also works pretty fine without Void Battery, and also you don't need to use Marylene's Fallacy before you reach like really high tier maps. It clears just fine. The actual AoE clear is a 3-link Flameblast with no further damage modifiers. All my gems recently hit level 20, so they're re-leveling, don't mind that. This is a 5-link Flameblast, but the increased critical damage 5th link is really weak. Because we already have so much crit multi, especially at full power charges. Conk effect double dips for the burn. Well, faster casting, obvious. Fire pen. This is basically the single target setup, and most exiles and rares die in like 2 stages of this. I would not advise using this against Reflect, and since I'm currently not using Rise of the Phoenix, Reflect is an issue. But it's manageable if I see it before landing it. I have an additional curse here, and because of that I'm using temp chains and Assassin's Mark with Blasphemy, because we also get lots of increased AoE on the skill tree, as in these and these. These cover quite a wide range, and this allows you to sustain power charges with the Assassin's Mark, and the temp chains is a nice defensive bonus while also providing offense with the burn. So temp chains, Assassin's Mark, Blasphemy. Some kind of cast and damage taken setup. Don't take this too seriously. Flame dash. I'm using decoy totem. It's quite useful, mainly because of, and I mean, I'm not using a golem or other stuff because your enemies need to be full health for ambush to work. So this build meticulously avoids any kind of extra damage dealing. This is why my gloves don't have an enchantment. This is why I'm not using heralds, because both the ice explosions from Herald of Ice or the thunderbolts from Herald of Thunder would completely screw over ambush. This is why you would want to avoid the reflect that the shield has, but I just don't have a better replacement at the moment. Or like I haven't bothered, rather. Yeah, and this is why you also have basically no other active skill than Flame Blast and, well, I guess the Flame Dash, but you shouldn't use that in the middle of enemies. For the purpose of sustaining power charges when there's no enemies around, you can actually do that. I'm using Jaws of Agony, which gives you a 25% chance of gaining a power charge when you throw a trap. The gems you put in here also support the bear trap that the shield grants you. So with this, multi-trap, cluster trap, and lightning trap, I will always throw 6 of each trap. And so I get about 1.5 power charges per trap throw. And with 18 seconds duration, this would actually also let you run curse immune maps if you really wanted to. But I would probably take off Marylene's Fallacy for that. So, obligatory Gorge run. Just enjoy.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Oh, that's some unlucky power charge generation. There we go. One of the main reasons why I find this build really fun is because with Flameblast you're basically obliged to... Oh, Exile. Goodbye, Exile. This was the 3-link, by the way. That's the single target. What was I saying? Yeah, this build is, in my eyes, really fun to play because, well, as Flameblaster you need to actually constantly evaluate how far you can charge your Flameblast before you get hit. Like, as in how much AoE you can get on the mobs before they will damage you, and in this case, even melee mobs hitting you will result in them taking the reflect damage, which is something I haven't fixed yet. And my internet is not cooperating. So for the record, we are at 48.5% spell crit chance and something like 500 crit multi at full power charges. Ambush doubles the crit chance. So we're actually right at the crit cap with this. You could get more spell crit on gear or some in the trees still left if you don't have the void battery, but especially in Piranhas they're comparatively cheap. Like 4x somewhere around there. And yeah. The tooltip DPS for the single target 8k is also lying because of because of Marylene's Fallacy and the fact that it calculates for 50% crit chance, so basically you have to double that. And that's for for stage 1 of the Flameblast. So at 10 stages it would deal about 90,000 damage on the hit with crit, and then the burn would deal just about as much, depending on enemy fire resistance, obviously. Had to kind of get some speed into this to make this a valid Gorge run, I guess. So you can see even stage 1 Flame Blasts just kill the white mobs. And if you crit with the conk effect, it also just obliterates any rare. And you if you hit it against Ella Reflect. Because as you can imagine, 80k is...
To an exile, coins are as
I'll
useful.
need to check that out later.
I need more pockets.
Yeah, okay. And there's the map boss. And he already damaged himself. There we go.
I need more pockets.
Alright. That's about it for the build. You can do other fun things like
Low on
this, but yeah. Yeah, feel free to send me any questions that you have. Thanks.